Summer is here. Let's check out my containers. These look brilliant. I'm delighted to say that my purple teepee beans are absolutely thriving here in Container Corner. I've done very little with them, apart from giving them a good watering. And look at these, absolutely loads and loads of the flowers. Check these out, all of which are going to turn into those lovely purple beans. So really, there's not much more to do other than give them a bit of a soak.
Now over to the beds where there's a little surprise for Karen. We've got our very first beans of the season.
Are they munchable now?
They are. They are munchable.
Can I have a
now.
go?
Not a great plan to eat too many beans raw though, apparently. Bad for the old flatulence.
I think I'll wait until later.
Anyway, look, these are looking amazing, but the climbing
yeah.
French beans
No,
up
no.
in the glass house.
Eat it.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Climbing French beans up in the glass house are doing even better, so let's go up
Oh,
and
yeah,
have a look
cool.
at them, yeah? And by even better, I mean they are humongous.
This
Lo and
is
behold.
amazing.
Isn't it unreal?
Oh my God, what growth.
Like-
Is there a giant up there and some dude called Jack about to rock in?
Do you think, like, little tiny bean we've stuck in the ground near but a couple of months ago?
Near but a couple
Now
of
what,
months.
it must be 8 foot tall, like, at this
That is
stage.
awesome. And look, loads and loads.
We've got
and
loads and loads of beans as well, which we need to start picking. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, so the way these plants work is the beans start to form at the bottom and kind of work their way up the plant. So you notice there's no kind of beans up at this height yet.
Yet.
You still have flowers where the beans are going to form, but
Okay.
down below there's loads. So you need to kind of keep picking so that to encourage more
The energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So once we pick these ones, is that growth stopped then on that layer? Or will they come again
Yeah, exactly.
from here?
It's working its way. It's working its way up the plant. But there's loads of these beans coming already. Like, so it's going to be a really prolific kind of a plant. So we need to kind of keep picking. There's a colander over there if you want to grab that.
Oh, look how organised you are. Well done, Michael Kelly. Mick, are we going to pick all of them?
You don't need to pick all of them, but the thing is, like, this is about as big as you want to let the beans get to, because if you let them get any bigger than this, they don't taste
Oh,
so
yeah,
good.
they get a bit
nice.
bitter
They're nice
and-
when they're nice and tender. So there's some small ones there could be left to grow on a little
Okay.
bit more and so on. But the key thing is keep picking.
One more though.
One
Always
just
one
other
more.
thing to say, especially in this, like, it's so bloody hot in here, it's unreal.
It is.
They do need, like, when a plant is flowering, it means, generally speaking, it's not focusing on producing new roots. So you do need to give it a good drenching, you know, even twice a week or whatever, just loads of water at the base of the plant.
No feed like you would say with
no
tomatoes
feed.
or
We
something?
got lots
No?
of nutrition into the soil, so they're happy.
I can't resist. I can't resist. One more. Okay, let's
have
go.
some lunch.
Having lost at rock, paper, scissors, Michael Kelly is at home and I am in Portlaw at All Together Now. A fantastic new festival that's only in its first year, but it's already leading the way around how to be more sustainable. And I'm going to find out exactly how they're going to do it. And to party. With over 15,000 festival goers needing to be fed and watered, you can imagine the huge potential for waste. So organisers made the call to designate the festival a plastic-free zone, and traders were directed to only use compostable packaging. Down to earth materials, tell me, what are you all about?
So we're Ireland's leading supplier of compostable products. So it's all made from plants, goes into your brown food waste bin, gets taken away, gets commercially composted. Within 90 days, all the products break down into nutrient-rich soil. With these festivals, you've a lot of people, a lot of food waste, and otherwise that will end into our already crowded landfills if it's single use. But with compostable, it goes back into a natural resource.
The reason compostables work here is because brown bins are placed all across the site to help people easily dispose of them. I know you're incredibly passionate about this, so what is it that motivates you to do it?
Initially, we were really concerned with the amount of single-use plastics being used, the amount of waste going to landfill. So we said there must be a sustainable option for this.
It's becoming much more commonplace.
It's actually great to be on site in the buzz of the festival, seeing everyone using the products, seeing all the punters coming in, going around with their composite products. It's just really great to see.
We've used compostable since we first started. We've seen a lot in the media, I'm sure everyone has, about plastics. So It was a real ethos of us was to go and use the compostable materials.
Virginia, it's clearly not just about your amazing tacos at All Together Now. What other message are you giving our festival goers?
We're committed to a zero food waste policy by 2020. We're trying not to create any excess waste. We don't want to contribute anything to the waste stream. So everything we use is either reusable or compostable.
Reusable is definitely the way forward. And we all need to bring reusable water bottles and coffee cups with us when out and about.
This festival is a John Reynolds pod festival, very arts focused.
It's beautiful. It's also
stunning.
a very sustainable festival by the sounds of things.
Well, it is, because I think if you're going to launch a festival in 2018, you have an obligation to be sustainable. We know what happens to the seas of plastic, and we can't keep generating it.
Like All Together Now, we need to do things differently and make more sustainable choices in our day-to-day. Forget lemon and lemonade. When Irish weather gives you rain, make rainwater kefir.
We specialize in fermented goods. And when I came here as a Texan, I noticed there was a lot of rain. So instead of complaining about the rain, we decided to start harvesting it and fermenting it to make rainwater kefir. So we serve fermented rainwater to our customers. It's great for energy, for hydration, to assimilate all of the vitamins and minerals that you need from your food.
Okay, I am ready. I have my rainwater kefir in my compostable cup and straw. I've got my jacket made from tents left over at other festivals. Amazing food, a brilliant location. The sun is even shining for All Together Now. If you're looking for me, I'll be on the dance floor. It's harvest day. In the glasshouse, our giant beanstalks are prolific. And while our dwarf beans definitely aren't as tall, they're doing just as good.
So again, with these ones, the more you pick,
The more they'll come.
the more they'll come. And also you need to be picking them kind of when they're about this size, so that, because if they get any bigger, the beans start to form inside them and they're not so nice. They get a bit kind of tough.
So as pretty as the ones in the bed are looking, my poor little containers are not so pretty, but they're very, very productive. Resist. See? You can hear him thinking it, can't you?
I'm not thinking
no,
a bit like yourself at all. I would never say that.
Right, hold that. So again, loads and loads and loads of beans.
All these need is a couple of minutes in boiling water and into the freezer, so or
they
eat
store
them, you know?
really well.
But they store really well
Yeah.
and really easy to use, yeah?
I
So
think we've exhausted the containers.
I'm going to get these into the kitchen.
Okay, and I'll bring this to the compost heap.
Good job.
Okay.
Now into the kitchen where Chef Katie Sanderson is putting her twist on a classic. This isn't your average beans on toast, folks.
So we're making a crunchy sunflower seed topping to go to cook with the green beans, and it'll add a really nice texture to the whole dish. So we're going to put the coconut oil in first. I'm just going to let that get a bit melty. I'm using coconut oil today just to add another bit of a taste element to the dish. I really love the relationship between the fennel seeds and the coconut oil together. And then I'm going to add my sunflower seeds. And I'm going to put my fennel seeds in. So we're just going to move them around in the pan until they start to get some colour. So it should be about kind of 30 seconds to a minute. And we'll just add a little bit of sea salt. So you can tell when it's all done when you've got a really nice kind of coloration on all the seeds. So everything should be a little bit brown, but not burnt. So that's our seeds there. We're going to work with our French beans over here. And we're just going to top and tail them. So just taking off those little bits at the end. Something really interesting about these purple teepee guys is that when we cook them in the pan, they're going to change colour and be green just like the other ones. And this is going to go into compost. So I just want them to get a little bit of a charring before I add the oil in. And you should hear that really nice sizzle. And I'll add some salt and pepper as well. And we'll just leave them for a few seconds. So I'm going to add some sunflower seeds to that mixture. 2 spoons will do, and we'll keep the rest of those for snacking. And I'll just turn that off the heat, and I'll just work on the bread over here. The key to really good bruschetta is getting really nice bread. We've got some really lovely sourdough here. I'm going to get a really nice char on the top. So add a little bit of oil to the bread. I'm going to put my bread down, oil side down. And I'm going to work on the ricotta and the honey over here. So we're zesting pretty much the whole of the lemon into the honey. So you're moving all the time. So you just get that outer bit of the lemon. we're going to squeeze the juice into the ricotta. So you can put your hand in front just to kind of stop any seeds falling into the ricotta. That's going to go into compost. I'm just going to check my bread over here. Yeah, that's lovely and burnt now. I like those little bits of char bits on the side. So I really want to make a little bit of a peppery ricotta, so I'm not going to be shy with the pepper. Add a good bit, a little bit of salt as well. So that's great now. I've got my peppery ricotta ready. I've got my lemon honey. I'm just going to check on the other side of bread. I might put a bit of oil on that side too. I'm going to get some fennel fronds and add them into my green beans. I didn't want to do that part too early because I want the fennel fronds to stay nice and green. It's lovely and charred. I've got my little bit of garlic, and that's just going to bring a really nice kind of bruschetta feel to it. First, I'm going to put my pepper ricotta all over. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a mix around. But this is just going to go drizzling on the top. And there you have it, a really simple bruschetta with loads of French beans, some peppery ricotta, and some nice charred bread. Hey
Time
guys.
for us to materialise beside you. Oh my God, this is
Magically
like the
appearing.
poshest beans on toast I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not like beans and toast I've ever seen anyway.
That is amazing.
Can we take a little bit?
Yeah,
Nice,
smaller
have a
bits,
taste.
yeah.
These look gorgeous.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yum.
These were just like, stick them in the soil, direct sown most of them except like the container ones. And then they just grew and we were harvesting
They
them
just
within...
grew. Like literally, they just grew.
Yeah, really straightforward, very easy to grow, very prolific as well, like loads of them even from the small, the dwarf French ones. Are you converted?
I am converted, so I'm definitely going to keep growing them. Now I know how to cook them. And if you hadn't done that, I was just about to eat them. While we tuck into Beans on Toast, log on to growcookie.ie for all the information you'll need to grow French beans just like Jack. See you next time back in Grow HQ when we'll be growing a fiery veg.